Good afternoon, and welcome to your Stretch the Stress Out class with me, Kate. Yay! So this is our final class in this series, and each week we've had a theme. And this week is going off of last week's just a little bit. So last week's focus or theme was presence, and that will carry us into this week's theme, which is peace. And the idea is that presence is the pathway to peace. So we are going to slow down a bit during this session. And the intention of that is when we slow down our physical bodies, it can also help slow down our minds. Now, sometimes in the beginning, when we slow our physical movement down, it can actually feel like it speeds up our thoughts, but try to give yourself some patience and eventually the mind will catch up. I want to encourage you to really feel the stretches, feel the movements, even though they're not going to be super intense today. We're going to go off of this idea that less is more so that we can really feel the body releasing and pay attention to our breathing. So with that, I want to invite you to start in a little bit more of a grounded position. And what I mean by that is really putting the body in a balanced structural position. So go ahead and let the feet be hip distance apart so that your body is within its own structure, and do the best that you can to feel really, really rounded, evenly through rooted. Rooted is the word that I wanted. Rooted and grounded. Oh, I think I put those two together. Okay, rounded. Rooted and grounded through the soles of the feet, in the sense of you feel even pressure across the balls of the feet and even pressure into the heels. So take a moment and see if you can feel that. Okay, then do the best that you can to sit evenly between your left and your right sits bones. So sometimes we just have an unconscious habit or pattern of leaning to one side more than the other, which can throw our musculature balance off, and eventually it can lead to structural imbalances. So we're really going to just set ourselves up in a balanced, grounded starting position. The other thing I want you to feel is that the hands are resting on the legs, but if you look, your elbows are right underneath your shoulders. This is going to take any straining of the shoulders needing to come forward or go backwards, and it's going to allow the shoulders and the arm bones just to relax and drop. So if your hands are too far forward, that means your elbows are not on your shoulders and you're going to be kind of straining your body forward. And if they're too far back, you can already feel, if you do that it kind of pulls on the chest muscles. So the elbows should be right underneath the shoulders. And finally, let your shoulders be right above your hips. So one more time, checking through everything. Both feet even. Both sits bones even. Elbows underneath shoulders. And shoulders over hips. And then I want you to take a couple breaths. Like, this is actually challenging for me. And maybe it is for you too. And the reason why is because we are really using maybe muscles that we don't normally use. Like, I know when I'm in a relaxed position, I lean a little more towards my left. So let me tell you how much my left hip and side is working right now to hold me up. Like, it's actually challenging. So take a couple breaths and notice what muscles are really having to work to hold you in this position. Maybe your core, maybe your shoulders. Take 2 more breaths. So starting to invite a sense of presence into the mind and into the body through feeling the muscles. Good. Okay, now go ahead and relax. And let yourself be comfortable. So I put a little pillow behind my back in this chair and let yourself relax. You can slouch. You can go back to your bad posture. But we're going to just bring some really easy, gentle stretching and attention into the neck. So hands and legs and feet, let them rest wherever. And here we go. As you inhale, let the head slowly turn to the left. And as you exhale, float the head back to center. So just moving nice and easy. Inhale, head to the right. And oh my goodness, I can barely turn that way. And exhale, back to center. So nice and easy. Inhale, turn the gaze up. Lift the chin up. And as you exhale, turn the gaze down, chin down. Bring the head back up. Take a nice cleansing breath in through the nose and out of the mouth. And even though those movements are very simple, just let the body have the space to feel a little more range of motion, to move into that little bit of extra space, and then we're going to do it again. This time we'll go to the right. So as you inhale, nice and easy, turn the head to the right. And as you exhale, come back to center. Inhale, gentle turning of the head to the left. And exhale, back to center. Keep the shoulders relaxed as you inhale. Look up, lift the chin up. And exhale, look down, tuck the chin down. Inhale, come back to center. Take another cleansing breath in through the nose and out of the mouth. This just allows the body to kind of get rid of the stress that you were holding in the muscles. So let's bring a little more movement to the neck. We're going to drop the chin down. Take it over to the left. Go all the way up, over to the right, and back down. So remember, we're going slow today, just so we can really feel all of the muscles, getting some space, allowing ourselves to be present. Take one more in this direction. Hopefully feeling a bit more movement and range of motion. Sometimes less is more. Coming back to center, taking a deep breath in and out. And pausing for a moment just to notice where you feel sensation. So even though we kind of move the head and focused on the neck, I actually feel it in my left side of the chest. So all of the muscles are interconnected, just like a little web kind of going through the body. So pay attention to wherever you're feeling it, and that is your body trying to get your attention and inform you that in this particular area, wherever it is, that's where you are kind of hoarding tension and stress. So without judgment, just taking in that awareness. Let's go to the other side. Drop the chin down. Take it up to the right, over to the left, and back down. Nice and slow. And feel that with every movement, just more and more space is opening up. That you can really feel the body opening, releasing tension and stress. One more in this direction. And bringing the head back to center. You guessed it. Take a cleansing breath in through the nose and out of the mouth. Good. So we're going to move into the shoulders, and I'm going to invite you to bring your hands back to your legs, just about mid-thigh, and sit up a little more in the spine instead of leaning back. So very simply, we're going to give a little space in the front of the shoulder. So I'd like for you to inhale, pull your left shoulder back, and as you do, you're sliding your left hand all the way up to the top of the thigh, and let your head turn to the right. It's going to go into the side of the neck, in the front of the shoulder and the chest. And then exhale, relax, and come back to that neutral starting position. We'll do the other side. Inhale, slide that right hand all the way up the thigh. Let the head turn to the left, pulling the right shoulder back. And exhale, coming on back to that neutral starting position. Let's do that again. Inhale, left hand draws up. Head turns to the right. Exhale, coming back to center. Good. And inhale, right hand slides up. Head turns to the left. And exhale, head comes back to center. Now let's do both at the same time. So inhale, slide both hands up to the tops of the thighs. The shoulders are opening. The chest is expanding. Exhale, relax. Bring the hands back to a neutral position. And one more time. Inhale, nice and easy and slow, really deepening into these chest muscles, into the space across the front of the shoulders. Keep the neck happy. And exhale, relax, breathe, and pause for a moment. Come back to presence, which is the pathway to peace. So when we are not feeling peaceful, typically we are worried, we feel unsettled, we are trying to figure out what's going to happen in the future. And when we come into the present moment, it invites us to just focus on what we can control, the here and the now, and to also tend to what feels kind of restless, whether it's the body or the mind. So that's why we're going slow today. We are taking deep breaths, and we are bringing a sense of kindness into these movements to allow the body to relax, release, and open. So now let's get the backs of the shoulders. We're going to start by just breathing in. And as we breathe out, I'm going to invite you to stretch your left hand forward across the knee, round the shoulder, and open the shoulder blade. So getting the back of the shoulder, inhale, bring the hand back to the neutral starting position, and exhale, go right into that opposite side. Stretch the right hand forward, pull the shoulder forward. You can even tuck the chin down, and we'll do one more each. Inhale, come back to center. Neutral starting position. Exhale, stretch that left hand towards the knee, opening the shoulder blade, pulling that left shoulder forward. Inhale, come back to neutral. And one more time to the right. Exhale, stretch that arm forward, pull the shoulder blade out. And inhale, come back to center. Let's do both at the same time. As you exhale, both hands reach across the knees, the shoulders round, the shoulder blades pull apart. Nice stretch across the upper back. One more time. Inhale, slide the hands up. The chest should automatically open. The shoulders should draw back. And now exhale, pull them forward at the same time. Feel the space between the shoulder blades opening. And inhale, come back to center. And exhale, relax. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. So hopefully you can feel this opening that we did in the neck, coming down into the chest, into the shoulders. And now we'll kind of move a little more to all the muscles around the shoulders. So just a nice, simple range of motion. I want to invite you to inhale, stretch your left fingers down to the floor. And exhale, bring the hand back to rest on the thigh. And then inhale, stretch your left arm and fingers out to the side. And exhale, rest the hand back down to the thigh. And finally, inhale, stretch the arm all the way up overhead. And exhale, rest and bring that arm down, hand down. So all sides of the shoulders, top, front, back, and let's do the other side. Inhale, sorry, how to fix my sweater. Stretch your right fingers down. So that should get the top of the shoulder and into the neck. And exhale, bring the hand to rest. And then this is more the front of the shoulder and the chest. Right arm stretches out, fingers reach. Exhale, relax, release the hand back down. And then this is more of the side and kind of underneath the shoulder. Inhale, stretch all the way up. And exhale, relax, bring the arm and the hand to rest. Now let's do both at the same time. So all 10 fingers reach down, lift the chest up. Exhale, relax both hands back on the thighs. And then inhale, left and right arms stretch out, opening up across the front of the chest, the shoulders. Exhale, relax, and release the arms back down. And then one final time, taking both arms all the way up, stretching through the ribs, stretching underneath the shoulders, the backs of the shoulders, and exhale, nice and easy, bringing the arms all the way down. So noticing that stretch, maybe a little warmth, a little bit of tingling and openness. Take a deep breath in. Let the body wash out any and all tension and stress. Good. So we want to move a little more into the whole of the spine through the front and the back. So I'm going to invite you to come a little further forward now. And we're going to do what's called seated cow and cat. So take an inhale and you want to stretch your belly up to your chest and your chest up towards the sky. The shoulders pull back, the shoulder blades draw in towards one another, and we lift the chin and the gaze. And then exhale, you're going to sit back on your tailbone, kind of what we've already done. Reach the hands forward towards the knees, open the space between the shoulder blades, and tuck the chin down. So again, the complete opposite feeling. The fronts of the shoulders open, the belly stretches, the chest stretches, the throat opens. And exhale, the complete opposite feeling. Now the back stretches, the shoulder blades, the back of the neck. So one more. Inhale. Really feeling the whole front side of the body open and stretch. Maybe a little more space. And exhale, the whole back of the body open, relax, and releasing. Inhale, bringing yourself up. And exhale, relaxing. Good. So now we're going to go a little deeper into the sides of the body. So you can simply just drop your left fingers down and let your whole body lean to the left. If you want a little more, you can take your right arm up overhead. And I'm really tight here today, so I'm just going to enjoy keeping it simple. And if you need a little less, you can lean your body over to the left without taking your left hand down. Now here's what I want to invite you to pay attention to. The tendency when we're really tight on the side is to feel the body actually turn to the left, and we don't want to do that. So take your hands on your ribs, right? Left ribs and right ribs, and make sure that you are evenly facing forward. Like let your rib cage turn perfectly forward, and then you'll also feel your shoulders more square instead of this rotation. So pay attention to that. Even the head will have the tendency to drop forward, and that's going to take some of the stretch out of this side here. So lift the chest up. Keep the spine tall and then lean over to the side. I know we've been here for a while, so take 2 more breaths. You'll just get a better stretch in the side. Breathe in. You'll notice how my ear is just drawing down to the shoulder. Breathe out. Remember, you can have your hand reaching to give a little more. And then nice and easy, use some core energy to help bring you upright. Pause. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Come back to presence. Remember that it is leading you to peace. And notice what you feel and where you feel it the most. Like, honestly, I feel it the most in my neck. Even though I did my whole side, I really just feel it in my neck. So let's see how it feels on the other side. Keep it real simple. Just lean. Remember, you don't want to collapse your spine. You also don't want to rotate your body to the right. You want to keep your ribs, your rib cage, right? Nice and centered forward. Your shoulders centered forward. And then even your gaze. So when you start to turn the head, remember you're going to lose a really nice stretch opportunity in the side of the neck. So sit up tall and then lean over to the right this time. And then decide if you want to take the right fingers down and stretch a little deeper. And even if you want to take that left arm up and over, breathe in and breathe out. So I feel okay to go here. And I can feel that these left ribs want to kind of sneak forward. So I'm just going to keep my shoulders square, lean my head back to keep the stretch in the side of the neck open, and breathe. Expand the breath all the way through the sides of the body, front, back, especially left and even right. Soften the gaze. Keep the feet grounded. Really just slow your breathing down. Let your body soften into the stretch. When we stay in a stretch, we can kind of open up more and more and more as opposed to just moving quickly through it. So hang with me for 2 more breaths. You're doing good. Maybe you can even go a little deeper now. Like, I'm actually feeling something releasing, and I can feel that my fingers can reach towards the floor a little more. Keep your core engaged to support your spine. You don't want to feel anything in your back. Good. And then nice and slow, bring yourself back up. Take an opportunity just to kind of move the head and the neck around. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Good. So let's go ahead and give this nice kind of full body opening. Widen the feet, and you can, move the feet even further apart if you want. So what we're going to do is we are just going to round the spine, starting as we go forward from the top to the middle to the bottom. And then as we come back up, we'll reverse it. We'll start with the bottom, we'll come up to the middle, and then we'll finish with the top of the spine. So when we do this, it's just stretching every single muscle across the whole back, and then also especially the muscles that run along the sides of the spine. When we come up, maybe you will be able to feel that you can sit up a little taller, that you can get a bit more extension in the spine. So here we go. Just start by rounding the upper spine forward, and then the middle, and come as far forward as you can. So you're just rounding as far forward as feels good, and don't worry about what it looks like. You'll feel when you need to stop. Shake the head, let go of the neck. And then come up slowly, starting this time with the bottom of the spine. Then the middle. And I want you to feel like you are rounding and rolling up one vertebra at a time. So the shoulders and then the head are the last thing to come up. And when you do, sit up really tall. Feel like there's more room. Take a deep breath in. And take a deep breath out. And that's just so good for all the little spongy discs in between the vertebra. Bringing the head forward is a little bit of a head rush, so a bit more oxygen into the brain. Make sure that you're not dizzy. Pause before you do the next one. And we're going to just do it one more time. Go slow. Really feel that stretch. All the way into the upper vertebra. Into the mid, and then all the way down, the whole length of the spine. And I'm using my hands to support me, using my arms, so the spine can just kind of hang forward. Good, breathe in and breathe out, really round, and then come up slow. From the bottom to the middle, and eventually to the top, and then let yourself sit up really tall. Press down into the feet. Feel like the spine can lift up out of the pelvis. Open the chest. Big breath in. And big breath out. Yay. And I feel like I just have a little more room and a little more space. So let's bring a little bit more attention to the lower body. I want to invite you to just stretch your left leg out like I'm on my heel. My toes are pointing up towards the sky. I'm going to rest my right hand on my thigh, and just 3 times we're going to take an inhale in. And as we exhale, we're just sliding our left hand down as far as we can. And inhale, sliding up. So just opening the hamstring, maybe the calf, a little bit of a stretch again through the back. And one more. So this is a little more fluid, just to kind of get some blood flow and circulation into the spine as we move forwards and we come back up. Nice. The movement felt good. So let's go right into the other side. Just stretch the right leg out. Toes are pointing up to the sky, so you also are integrating the stretch into the calf muscle. Take your right hand on your right thigh. Big breath in. And then just slide as far forward as you can. Don't worry about touching your toes. Really relax into the stretch. Inhale, slide back up. And I'm even using this hand to take any pressure off the spine. Go all the way forward as you exhale. And I can notice when I come up, I take more breath in. It feels so good when we kind of compress the diaphragm and the lungs. It squeezes out any built up stale air in the body. So bonus. Nice. And slowly go ahead and bring yourself back to just a nice neutral seated position. Stretch your left palm towards me, and you can extend the arm, but you don't have to. And just nice and easy, pull your thumb back, pull your index finger back. So stretching the hand, the wrist, the forearm, one finger at a time. Giving it a little shake. Moving around in the wrist. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Relax and release that hand down. And then nice and easy, palm of the right hand forward. Pull the thumb back. And even here, notice where you feel that. It can feel totally different on this side. So we get, again, tension stuck in all kinds of muscles. The hands, the fingers, the elbow. Shake that out. Breathe in and breathe out. And then I want to invite you to sit back a little more supported. You don't have to have the most perfect posture. let's relax for these last few moments of our practice. I invite you to close the eyes. And I want you to just tune in to all the sensations in the body, to how it feels, to just find a few moments of stillness, to notice your breath coming in and going out, and to bring your attention to this idea that presence is the pathway to peace, and peace is our intention and our focus and our theme of this week. And maybe when you are present, you are noticing that you don't feel very peaceful. So could you bring a sense of compassion and kindness to whatever feels unsettling, to whatever is in the way of you resting, relaxing? Maybe you're scared. Maybe you're lonely. Maybe you just feel overwhelmed with uncertainty. Remember that peace is not found in the future or the past. That when we are present, when we can settle our own hearts, when we stop looking for outside things, and we trust that we have peace inside of our own hearts, and then it will be much easier to access. Take your last 3 breaths in and out. Feeling present and letting that be your guide, your pathway to peace. Bringing kindness to whatever does not feel peaceful inside. And trusting that love heals all. As you take this last breath, bring your hands together at heart center, bowing towards your own heart. May that be your continued practice and intention, to focus on love and to trust in its healing power. And as you invite yourself to be present, that will be the very pathway to peace. And I wish you blessings and peace. Namaste.